All right, North. Welcome back to the Tactics Board. Coach Mahoney here with our third installment of Team Even Defensive Concepts. We started with Fortress, our open adjacent defensive concept that we will use against an open offense. So the adjacent slide concept against an open offense where there is no offensive player on the crease. We then went to Citadel, which is our Crease Slide package. Citadel begins with C, Crease begins with C. That's how you can remember it. We use that if we have an offensive player on the crease and we want our slide to always come from the crease. That's what we'll use Citadel for. Now, the third concept we'll look at is a bit of a hybrid that combines options with the adjacent slide and the crease slide. So both Fortress and Citadel concepts to come together to create a concept that we will call Stronghold. All right. In Stronghold, we're going to bring in an adjacent slide concept on a 5-man rotation, which you are all very familiar with because that is our primary man-down defensive set. So a 5-man rotation on the outer perimeter combined with a centralized crease zone defender who will lock off any offensive man inside that zone. So what that's going to look like is we'll begin by setting our adjacent slide concept labels and names, okay? So if the ball is top right, LSM's gonna go, I got ball. He will then be followed out there by a hot right, a 2 right, a hot left, and a 2 left, okay? That leaves one defender, all right? At this point, we have covered this man, this man, this man, and this man. They all are marked up because we're even. So it is a 5-man rotation on the perimeter, but there's only 5 men to cover. So every man actually has a body. The remaining offensive player that we're concerned about is the crease offensive player right here. In Citadel with a crease slide package, the defender who's playing the crease offensive man would also be our hot slide. However, in Stronghold, we'll apply a different concept, one that could be related to a zone concept. Our Stronghold, the area of highest level of defense, will be a zone, essentially in the shape of a diamond, sitting on top of the crease. You can think of this area as the Stronghold, the area that we are protecting above all else. In Stronghold, a short stick midfield defender will be locked on to the Stronghold. And the way this play will be initiated, either the lead close defender or the coach from the sideline will yell out to one of the midfielders, and you can imagine it could be Mikey or Cooper. One of those people is going to hear, Cooper, go Stronghold, 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 set Stronghold. Once you get that call, that defender now is responsible for zone defense as well as tight man defense within the Stronghold zone. So what that means is your only responsibility while we are playing Stronghold defense is to take care of anything and anyone that is in the Stronghold position, the crease attackman or offensive player right here, okay? So that means all the other 5 defenders, you're simply playing an open adjacent slide concept. Very similar to Fortress, except there's only 5 of you. But guess what? There's only 5 offensive players on the perimeter. So we can run this just fine. You have shown a very good understanding of supporting slides from the adjacent position. So for instance, the ball comes over to top left. I got ball, hot left, hot right, 2 left. Okay, we've talked about what each player is supposed to do. The hot player in an adjacent slide concept is there not only to go play his man should the ball come back to him, but also discourage and intercept skip passes to players on the backside of the offense. Same goes here. You're breaking down this skip pass, you're also in a position to play your man should the ball be passed out to him. If this offensive player, and as a note, in a scheme where you have an offensive player on the crease, a normal tactic for that player to do is to be opposite or away from the ball. So if the ball is top right, he's going to kind of shadow down to the, top left. he's going to slide down to the top or bottom right portion of the crease zone or our stronghold zone. If the ball were to be top right, you could expect him to be bottom left. But regardless of where he is, the stronghold defender will remain ball side of that player while also checking to see where he goes, to remain in a position to discourage any type, if the ball comes over here, any type of feeds to that player. You are locked off on that player. It's the only one you have to worry about. You are not a hot slide. Your sole job is to maintain tight coverage on the stronghold offensive player. Okay? So we go back out and we think about our fortress defense, the adjacent slide. We go, I got ball. I'm hot right. I'm hot left. I'm two right. I'm two left. As we've been stressing through all of these videos, the two defenders must spider in. They must spider in, and we're going to see why as things go on. But you must be spidered in to a place where you can just about touch that, touch this guy with your pole, the stronghold offensive player. Because what happens now is we have a couple different options, and this is where the strength of the stronghold really comes into play. If we have a dodger who decides he's going to, let's say, dodge down the middle, and he beats our LSM, he starts coming. Well, we know he dodged to this side, therefore the hot left defender should fire. Fire, he goes. We know the two left should float up. The two right should become the two left. The hot right should become the two right. And the recovering beat defender should rotate and reload to the new hot right position. If we have good solid defense and he pops back out, what we've now done is reloaded our perimeter defense through a circular reload, just as we do in Fortress, and everyone's on position to go ahead and keep playing ball. All right, so we did a nice job of turning that defender away, or that attackman away, and he bailed out. Okay, so then he decides he's going to bang the ball over this side. I got ball, I'm hot left, I'm hot right, I'm two left, I'm two right. Stronghold is still in place, and he's staying in front of this player. Okay, at this point, let's say that this guy decides he's going to dodge as well. He decides to go down the alley. He beats our man. Hot left fires. Fire. He fires. The defense begins its rotational reload, just as it would. Everyone reloads, but this defenseman gets beat as well, and the dodge keeps coming for a shot. At this point, the stronghold player must defend the stronghold, and this offensive player is approaching the stronghold. Therefore, he must come up and play individual defense on the approaching threat. When he does that, our twos, who are spidered in, must be in a position to play the creaseman. Okay, so he's going to still be in play here. Both our twos must be in a position to influence this two player. These players on the backside may be creeping in, and they may be threats. It will be a determining factor as to if he is the higher threat. Now, we don't both need to play him. One of them needs to play him, okay? And so the two backside, the two left, two right, must be talking. And when one of you comes into the stronghold to cover for the previous man who is slid, you must talk. Once that happens, the LSM says, I got the stronghold. I got this guy. He's going to point you back. You're now playing two. So now if the ball gets dumped off here, you go play ball. Okay, once the ball exits the stronghold, you go back to your positions. You will flow back out. Stronghold defense is back in, and everyone's going to reset to where they were. Okay, comes back up here. Hot left, hot right. That covers dodges. All right, so you have a two-layer slide defense against this that is actually more easily executed than having a two and a crease slide be a second slide, okay? And the reloading of the adjacent slide concept more rapidly resets the defense should that ball be passed back out. But the key communication is between the two defenders on the backside of the play. The twos must talk. When the stronghold defender slides as a second slide against that attacking offenseman, one of you must take the stronghold offensive player, okay? So it doesn't matter which one. You can say, I got man. You're going to go play him. The other one must come back here and split two, okay? He's still over here, no problem. So now let's talk about rotations. We've said that in Stronghold, let's get this reset the way we want. We typically want a short stick midfielder in the box, in the Stronghold, so we can have our 4 poles on the perimeter. Okay, and that leaves us one other short stick midi on the perimeter. Okay, so ball is top right. I got ball. I'm hot right. I'm hot left. I'm 2 left. I'm 2 right. Okay, floating down here, you're in the 2. If we have a rotational defensive set, just like our 2-3-1 motion offense, if this man carries, this man should cut or rotate, just simply rotate. This man will go with him, just as in our fortress offense. The on-ball defender and the adjacent slides, the hot left and hot right, will go with their men on a rotation. Okay? What we have here is something that breaks that rule. The hot right man is not rotating. He's not part of this rotation of the midi triangle. But what we have is a new man coming into the Stronghold and one man leaving the Stronghold. Our Stronghold defender will not leave the Stronghold. He is going to stay there. He will be looking for the new man coming in, and he says, I got him, I got him. Once he calls, I got him, the defender who was with that man bringing in picks up the one who was left, skips across the zone, and goes with him. Okay? Resets back out. Now he is hot right. He is hot left. Ball is top left. This man has come into the Stronghold. So again, the Stronghold defender does not leave the Stronghold unless he is sliding against an offensive player who is about to enter the Stronghold with the ball. Okay? That's the key. With the ball. If it's simply a rotational flow, let's say, for instance, down low, they're working some off-ball motion to try to goof up the defense. Okay? If the ball is top left and this triangle right here decides to rotate through, he begins his cut maybe back this way past the goal. He begins his cut in and he begins his cut out. We don't care about him. This guy needs to watch him come over, but he needs to see him come. Once this guy is gone, he doesn't care. He's let him go. He's no longer the concern about the Stronghold defender. I got him, I got him. He picks him up. Stronghold's back on the job, and this triangle has rotated. So there are handoffs from the perimeter players to the Stronghold defender that must be made. The Stronghold defender must acknowledge, I got him, I got him. Let him know. Let the man know who's bringing in that rotating player, right? Again, let's look at the one up top that's maybe more likely to happen. He carries this way with the ball. On-ball defender goes with him. This man floats down. This man floats out. You watch him go. The odds of him getting a pass from this rotation and then becoming dangerous on a shot are very low. Okay, so we're going to let him leave. He's going to rotate. This man's coming in. You see him coming. I got him, I got him. At that point, he skips over, and now he's back on his man, and we're set back up again. That is Stronghold. The key rules to remember. The Stronghold defender will be identified by name. When you are identified as the Stronghold defender, you do not leave the Stronghold unless you are sliding against a dodger who has already beat the hot slide. Again, let's look at that. He's up here. This man dodges this direction. Hot right fires. The man who was beat reloads. Everything cycles, but we don't have another slide ready to go. He presses, he beats his man. At this point, the Stronghold defender fires, and we double until we have defeated that threat and put him back out. At that point, Stronghold defender is back into the Stronghold, and we are back into the man. We reset, hot right, hot left, 2 right, on ball. That's it. Stronghold defense, if executed properly, can provide a very, very effective defense against both dodgers and perimeter passers. Just like any other defense, we must be anticipating the passes that can be made. If this player is up here and he winds back his hand to throw a pass, the hot right man must be anticipating that pass. Once that ball is in the air, he should be approaching his man. On his hands, slap, slap, poke, poke, break up that pass, get it on the deck. Once it does, scoop, recover, we're off to the clear. Anticipating the passes is a key skill that must be developed and will really, really help us out to get the jump, break up some passes, get some ground ball recoveries, and turn those ground balls into points on the other end. All right? Remember, defend together, win together. Stronghold defense requires that all defenders understand adjacent and crease slide concepts, as well as the recovery/reload process of the defense. Once you all show that you understand those concepts very well, we can start running hybrid defensive concepts that can prove very, very effective. All right, that's it for this video and the 3 main even set defenses we'll run at North. Learn them, love them, teach them to your friends and family, and once you can teach this to somebody else, you know you've got it cold. All right, look forward to seeing you at practice. Go North.